Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lauren and I really need to think of a new intro. I probably shouldn't do this, but whatever, I'm gonna do it anyways. I've never talked about like drama or whatever on my channel. So this is a first, but I was attacked on Twitter. I can't even say that with a straight face. Okay, like I wasn't genuinely attacked, but like kind of. We're just gonna get into it and I'm gonna spill the tea. This YouTuber that I have been subscribed to for a while and I follow on every social platform, at least I used to. He tweeted something that I was like, honey, what are you doing? Usually when I see people tweet dumb stuff, I just kind of am like, okay, whatever, like, and I just ignore it, you know, but this one, I couldn't ignore this time. This YouTuber, very popular, family channel, LaBrant's. Okay. For starters, I am not trying to like hate on the LaBrant's family or whatever. You know what? Yes, they're a nice family, blah, blah, all that stuff. I just don't agree with everything that he says, and I feel like he tweets and says a lot of stuff that he hasn't done research about before. So he has a big audience, and so when you have a big audience, you need to know what you're talking about and be educated, because people are going to listen to you and they're going to, you know, believe whatever you say. And if you're saying things that aren't true, then it's just putting lies in young people's minds, and like, I don't agree with all that stuff. So he has tweeted about like mental health stuff before and like anxiety and depression and whatever, and typically I would just ignore it and I would be like, okay, he doesn't suffer from mental illness, he just doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't need any of y'all out here coming for me because of this. Yes, I said that like he hasn't like or doesn't have mental illness or depression or anxiety or whatever. Yes, I don't know him. He hasn't said anything like or spoken about it on like Twitter or YouTube or whatever. So yes, as far as I know, he does not suffer from mental illness. Okay, don't be coming for me. I don't know him. I don't know his life story. Okay, as far as I know. Okay, thank you. Continue. But he had tweeted it a lot, and so I was just kind of like, every time I saw it, I would just be like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Just keep on scrolling or whatever. But this one, I was just kind of like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, it's the final straw. I was like, I'm annoyed. He needs to stop tweeting about this. So I responded. I'll read to you what his tweet was first. No hate, no shade, just tea. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm not hating on him as an individual or their family or any of that stuff. I'm just sharing my story, and yes. So he tweeted, he said, I'm gonna be real for a sec. Our society loves the do whatever you want mentality and believes there's no consequences for our actions, yet wonders why everyone's struggling from crippling anxiety and depression. Everyone? Anyways, then he went on to say, the world and its lies will suffocate you. Freedom is found in Jesus alone. So I do not disagree that freedom is found in Jesus, and like he's capable of saving and he is capable of, you know, doing miracles and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong, he's able to heal, he's able to do miracles, all that stuff. But the fact to say that like everyone, because he literally said, yet wonders why everyone is struggling from crippling anxiety and depression. Not everyone is struggling from that. So first of all, that's the one thing I have the issue with. Not everyone has anxiety and depression. Not everyone has mental illnesses. And to claim that is completely false, and like, it's just not okay to say that. Yes, some people struggle with that, but not everyone. And to put that thought in people's heads that like, oh yes, everyone is just going to deal with that at some point, it makes the people who actually deal with those issues, like for real, feel less validated in those issues, and it makes them, you know, it adds to the whole stigma of being like, well, mental illnesses aren't a big deal because everyone has them, when in fact everyone does not have them. I get really heated about this topic, so just fair warning. So I responded a lot. I responded to a lot of things. So, you know, you might want to put your seatbelts on for this ride. It's gonna be a little bit of a bumpy ride, okay? Get some popcorn, get some snacks, get a drink, some tea preferably. Let's just get right into people attacking me on Twitter. Another quick little side note. So I had, like I said, a bunch of tweets like in response to him and like in response to people that were like being mean to me and attacking me on Twitter. I'm crying. No, I'm fine. I had to delete my Twitter. Not because I was being attacked so much or anything. My Twitter was having problems and like stuff wasn't loading and whatever. So I ended up making a new account under the same username. Everything is the same. I just don't have all of those old tweets. And I don't want that to appear that like, oh, I deleted them because I'm ashamed of them. No, I'm incredibly proud. And I still to this day stand by every single word that I said, every response that I made to people. I'm not regretful of anything that I said or anything I did because I tried my best to be very understanding of other people's perspectives, but I also tried to inform them of, as a person with mental illness, how some of those things can be harmful to people with mental illnesses. But I'm really glad I made this video before all of that happened because I like read through the majority of them. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. So you won't be able to find them, but it's not because I deleted them because I'm ashamed of them or anything. It was like my Twitter was like having issues. So yes, continue on with the regularly filmed video. The first thing I tweeted in response to this was, because first of all, I just read that and I was like, not today. Not today, honey. So I said, okay, I'm a Christian, and I think Jesus is awesome, obviously, and he is our ultimate freedom. But I struggle with mental illness, and I have for years. I've experienced anxiety and depression as a believer. You cannot pray away mental illness. It's a chemical imbalance. And I still stand by every single one of those words. I ended up getting a lot of like replies and messages and stuff out of this, which I was not expecting. I was not like doing this to get attention or whatever. I was just doing it because somebody needed to say something. Then after that I said, mental illnesses do not discriminate. Anyone can have them, and I choose to believe that God gave my anxiety to keep me reliant on him and remind me of my great need for him in my life, which I still believe in. The one thing I would say is I feel like a lot of people kind of misinterpret when I say that is like, oh, God gave me anxiety. I don't mean that he like saw me and was like, you know what, I just want to like make her life miserable, boom, like anxiety. Like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean that God allows things into our lives. He allows things to happen. So many people have replied to me like the most ridiculous things. People have told me that I'm cursed, that it's because I'm living in sin, that it's because I'm possessed by demons, all sorts of stuff. That's why I have anxiety and depression, and I'm like, sorry to disappoint. And I don't have the time of day to tell you how wrong you are. This was like my favorite tweet because it was the most shady, like most ridiculous one. Okay, so this girl has the audacity to tweet me after I said that. And she said, no one said that Christians can't have mental illness, but it's the way you are allowing it to define you. Make better choices. Make a choice to wake up and see one thing positive that morning. Choose to eliminate the things and people who make your anxiety worse. This girl for real told me that I'm allowing my mental illness to define me. No, honey. I'm just acknowledging that it's there and that it's real and that it's something that I have to deal with. Kind of different. Just no. It's like, she doesn't even know me. This girl doesn't even know me. Choose to eliminate the things and people who make your anxiety worse. And I'm like, girl, don't you think if I could, I would, but I can't, you know? Ugh, these people be like exhausting me. Like, for real, I had to deal with this for like 2 weeks, like people tweeting me this sort of stuff, and I was just like, okay? Okay, what do you want me to do about it? So I've had anxiety for 9 years, and I've prayed, you know, tried to like be like, Lord, take this away from me, I don't want this, and I still have it. So that's not saying anything about me or God. God sometimes doesn't heal. Sometimes, yeah, believe it or not, sometimes he chooses not to, and that's okay too. What is this I hear? Sound theology? I did get a lot of really nice responses though. I do want to say that. To this one, it said, no doubt God can heal. However, he gave us doctors and medication. He never promised there wouldn't be pain or suffering. These are the things that often bring us closer to him. Some may never know him if not for pain and suffering on this earth, which like I loved. Like I got a lot of tweets similar to this, and it's like, and I'm just like, yes, like there are people out there that like, no, they get it, like they get it. No, God didn't give you anxiety, nor does he give anyone mental illness. Some things, I'm sorry, I just have to laugh at this because this is one of the other ones that I think is so funny. Some things pass through the bloodline, through generational curses talked about in the Bible, or through spirits oppressing the mind. Jesus died for our freedom, not just from sin, but mental bondage. Okay, don't get me wrong, like yes, cool. Jesus did die for all that stuff, I get that. But she basically said that I'm cursed, and that there are spirits oppressing the mind, which is basically demons. So she basically said that I'm like demon possessed and that I'm cursed. So I'm like, and I wonder why Christians have a hard time speaking up about mental illnesses. I still don't get why some people think Christians can't have mental illnesses. Like Christians get cancer, diseases, divorces, all sorts of stuff that everyone else can get. We are no different than you. We just struggle differently. We are not promised a life free from pain. And the other thing is he has tweeted about that a lot. So another thing he tweeted one of those things that a lot of people tweet where it's like, if you're dealing with anxiety and depression, just go outside, exercise, breathe, drink water, you know, watch a good TV show or whatever, and you'll be fine and whatever. And I'm just like, that is not only really bad advice, but very stigmatizing for people with mental illnesses, because it makes it seem like they're not even a big deal. Like that might help with someone who's like stressed out or whatever, but with someone who has anxiety and is like suffering from panic attacks, it's kind of different. So this is something that he tweeted and deleted. I don't know how quickly after, but it was up long enough for some people to see it. I don't hold respect for him anymore. I did want to end this with talking about, I guess, supporting my beliefs or whatever, defending myself in case anybody else wants to come for me. This is a quote from Charles F. Stanley. It says, "Does God have to fix something for you to be happy? If he removes the situation, you may never learn he is sufficient for all you need. Instead, let him change you and discover his joy in whatever comes your way." I love this quote, and I also just feel like it's completely like spot on with what I'm trying to get at, is that sometimes God doesn't remove the bad situations. Sometimes he helps us grow in them and learn from them. The whole idea that Christians shouldn't have mental illnesses, and that like, oh, we should always be like happy and content, and like, oh, Christians shouldn't go through like hardships or something. The idea of the prosperity gospel, which is not true, very inaccurate, basically saying that like, well, if God truly loves us and if we're truly good Christians, then we will be like wealthy and healthy and happy, which isn't true. Like, you can be a really strong Christian and God can still love you abundantly, and you can still struggle in various aspects of your life. The thing I'm trying to get at is that it's normal to go through like hardships and whatever, and to say that that's not okay to someone is very discouraging and like not helpful at all. I read this, and it was a little like quote or whatever. It says, "See anxiety as a teacher, not an enemy. When we demonize anxiety, we tend to increase anxiety. This is because we're resisting that we're experiencing it and labeling it as bad. Try to change your perspective. Understand that everything in life can be a teacher if we let it. Anxiety may just be the greatest teacher in life, helping you to develop self-awareness, mindfulness, compassion, and ultimately the ability to surrender to what is beyond your control. So it said, at times God doesn't pull us out of hard situations because he has a different plan. We may feel as if he's abandoning us, but in reality, he is protecting us, not by deliverance, but through strengthening. When trouble and pain pay us a visit, we should seek to view the situation from God's perspective by asking ourselves these questions. Which is a greater demonstration of the Lord's power? Changing something around me or changing something within my heart? Which is the greater faith builder? Seeing God's deliverance from every difficulty or experiencing his presence and strengthening in the midst of trials? Which reward is greater? Immediate relief from discomfort or tested and refined faith that will result in praise and glory when Christ returns? Which answer to prayer is greater? That God has removed something and given me external peace, or that he's left me in a trial and given me an internal peace that nothing can steal, not even my circumstances? Does God have to fix something for you to be happy? You know, that's up to you to answer, but for me, no. The answer is no, that he doesn't have to fix stuff to me for me to be happy, because I can be happy in the midst of those things. I don't have to be happy all the time. That's physically and humanly impossible, but I could be content knowing that God has a purpose in the pain. So, and I can find peace in the pain as well. Okay, I've talked way too much. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more if you have not already. And until my next video, bye! What is this I hear? Sound theology?